essentially applying to dental school, the first thing I have to say is you should really start now with the steps. So it's good that you guys are here and taking the initiative to listen to something like this and really get started. Since you really can't start too early, I remember I started emailing with OzTREKK since I was in grade 10. So it's really good to just kind of get familiar with them and the processes and how they can help you guys out. So they really do help walk you through everything. Definitely do recommend applying through them, and they help you every step of the way. So another good thing about applying through OzTREKK is that you can just kind of give them all your documents and they'll submit it to all the different universities. So you don't have to keep resubmitting the same things over and over. And they make sure that everything is good and in time. So I'll just be answering questions at the end if that's okay. But yeah, feel free to type them and send them through. And then the next thing I would say is to make sure you choose your courses wisely. So with my high school, what they did was plan like what you're going to be taking every year. So you can't really read it too well, but essentially like the things that are already printed on there are the mandatory courses, and then you could write in what you wanted to take. So obviously you need to take the courses that are prerequisites. So again, that's why I think it's really important that you start your journey with OzTREKK early on, because they do have all the information that you need to get into these dental schools. So make sure you're emailing them if you have any questions about if you're unsure about which courses you need to take, since some universities do have different requirements. So I also recommend taking any courses that they say are recommended or desirable. So I know biology is one that was desirable for the university I'm at. So I definitely did take that. And I know some people that were applying later asked me if they should take it or not. And I always say it's definitely recommended. Since there is a lot of competition. So if you and another applicant kind of have the same scores and same application, you having that desired course will obviously help you a bit more. And another thing would be to take some booster courses. So essentially courses that you think you will perform really good in to help boost your average. So for me, I took art and business and like philosophy to help make sure I have a high average. And then another message is to just keep swimming. So like I mentioned, since the school years are a bit different, I know in Canada, you'll start getting your acceptances to Canadian universities in around, I think as early as even April, maybe March or May. So in those 3 months, people start getting their acceptances, and then they kind of just need to maintain an average to still have this offer. So everyone kind of starts chilling a little bit. They're not putting in too much effort in studying. They're kind of done with high school at that point. But for you, since your final grades are what are going to matter, you need to make sure that you keep studying and stay focused, since you do need to do really well on your final exams so that when you do send in your transcript, you have that high GPA. And yeah, just also make sure that you're prioritizing things correctly. So like I mentioned, like I know a lot of people were just chilling at that point once they got their university acceptances, but it's there. I think they do, some universities do give like rolling acceptances and early offers, but most of the people I know didn't get accepted until after they finished high school. So in that little gap in the summer break is usually when people get acceptances. So you will have to be patient and wait a little bit. What I know some people do is they apply to the Canadian universities and then they attend like a semester so that they are still in school and getting kind of that university experience as well, before they'll get their offer from an Australian university and be able to attend that. For me, I did apply to Canadian undergraduate degrees, but I didn't accept any offers, which I think if I could change, even though everything worked out, I think I would probably have accepted an offer and started an undergrad degree just in case I didn't get accepted into an Australian dental school. Then I would have been kind of sitting at home waiting until the next year when I could apply again. So I definitely do recommend applying to Canadian undergrads as well, just as a backup plan in case the Australian dental school thing doesn't work out, and you can wait and apply in the next year as well. And then, yeah, after that, just getting ready for the Land Down Under. So this is a picture of me at the OzTREKK event where they held that just for kind of people that got into Australian universities to come and meet each other. So that was really fun. And basically just getting ready. I didn't really do much. I know I planned to, because something that you can do for sure is start learning tooth anatomy, because it's going to come no matter which school you go to. So that is something I told myself I would do, but I didn't do. So if you have time and the motivation, I would say definitely do it. I think I was just kind of really burnt out from working really hard in grade 12 to just get those high grades. So it was nice to have a little break in between. But another thing I would recommend is something I did was work casually as either a receptionist or a DA. So I know sometimes people just think working as an assistant is what will help you kind of learn more about dentistry, but I think even working on the front desk helps a lot as well. If you feel you're not too confident in going in the back and doing these like big procedures, you could definitely just start at the front desk, because that will help you kind of familiarize yourself with the terms and stuff. You know, you'll be billing root canals, you'll see what the procedures are, what stages are, how many canals a tooth might have, and what it takes to, you know, build up a treatment plan and rebook patients. So patient management as well. So just something I would recommend is if you do get accepted and you have this little gap in between before you do start university in February, definitely either even volunteer, shadow, or get a job at a dental office and start learning tooth anatomy, and also just kind of refreshing some things that you could cook, since once you're here, you're going to be on your own.